Be a bit selfish, have treats, start saying no all the time. I basically only said no for a year. It was fantastic. If they thought I was annoying before, if you thought I was annoying before, you just wait. I'm going after the diet and detox industry until it doesn't exist anymore. Hello, I'm Jameela Jamil and I'm getting up close with Cosmo UK. I'm going to answer all kinds of questions about my life and self-love and everything in between. So let's go, do your worst. My high in the past year has been getting a dog who doesn't care about social media and it doesn't know about a pandemic. It just loves us to pieces. And so that energy and that enthusiasm and just becoming basically a PA to a very small puppy has been one of the great joys of my life. The low of the past year has been losing people that I know in a pandemic. And that has been incredibly difficult and incredibly painful, and watching other people not respect the rules to keep other people safe has been really, really hard. And I think it's just been hard for many people in many different ways. The way that I was able to overcome the challenges of last year was spending a lot of time with my fridge, near my fridge, in my fridge, sometimes not even that hungry, not even eating, just opening it and looking into it for answers. I caked my way through last year and also just harassed the people I lived with for cuddles as often as I could get them. I'm super lucky that I was able to live with my boyfriend and a bunch of mates I met when I was 19, all together in the world's most just unhygienic and disgusting bubble. In life for me, my three non-negotiables are love, laughter, and if I don't experience laughter every day, I become very unhappy and start to distance myself from the people who are not making me feel happy and like laughing. And the third one is toast. And I think toast I love above all other things, all other people. Love it even more than my dog. Just really bloody love toast. Who have I grown close to in the industry since I moved to LA? Ted Danson, my bestie, my obsession. It was like 4 years when my Instagram was basically just a stan account for Ted Danson. Mostly it's all my mates from London and they don't care about my career or who I am online or what I do, and none of them watch anything I do, which is almost rude but kind of cool. And when I'm walking out the house, to go to an event and I'm, just all glamoured up and I have a team of people fussing around me and complimenting me, the last thing I hear before I close my front door is, "You look." And that's what you need when you are being perpetually told you're a princess. Although according to the papers, I quarantined with Meghan Markle. Who knew? News to me. I didn't. I've met her once. Activists really inspire me. I would probably call myself an advocate because there are people who are actually on the front lines risking rubber bullets and tear gas or real bullets and giving everything they have, even when they don't have a lot of protection or support, to change the world, not just for themselves, but for everyone. And I think that that's really cool. Some of the people that I love the most in this world are Patrice Cullors, Tarana Burke, Gloria Steinem, Jane Fonda, Greta Thunberg. There's a woman called Your Fat Friend on social media who I learn everything from. And all of the activists over at my I Weigh community. I learn everything I know from them, and I have a lot to learn. I am most at home when I'm in my bed with takeout on my lap, my dog right here on my chest, just above my boobs, which is where he likes to lie, watching comedy on Netflix with my boyfriend and my friends, all in the bed together. I don't know why we don't just do the normal thing and sit on a sofa in the sitting room, but we insist on all being in a bed together. And no, there isn't sex. Get your mind out of the gutter. One of the things that I hope to conquer this year is being an even bigger pain in the arse to the diet and detox industry. Because I feel like I did a lot of work, a lot of good work, and I got the celebs to stop posting about diet and detox products. I do credit myself a little bit with that, that I've made it uncool to promote that dangerous stuff. Then I feel like the pandemic happened and the apps, the diet and detox apps, and all the creepy dietitians and influencers started pushing some of that stuff again to capitalize on people being at home and feeling insecure about their bodies. Now it's time for my backlash. I'm going harder for them than I ever have before. I'm going to unveil all of their secrets. I'm going to push to legislate against them. If they thought I was annoying before, if you thought I was annoying before, you just wait. I'm going after the diet and detox industry until it doesn't exist anymore. Moving to Los Angeles as a Brit was a little bit daunting because firstly, I'd been discouraged by everyone in Britain to not go because they said that Los Angeles was terrible, a terrible place. A lot of these people hadn't even been there before, but also they said that I was too old at 28 to start a career again and to leave my career behind. Like, who am I? A woman, a brown woman, to go to try to cross the pond that many men older than me have crossed successfully. How dare I? It was terrifying. But what I found was actually a very lovely, sunny, warm and friendly place with an industry that was very open to me. The actual experience of arriving here was bloody great, and it's why I've stayed for so long. I'll always love Britain, but I feel like we could be more encouraging to women and give women more space to be the expansive and varied and diverse and interesting whole humans that we are. My journey with self-love has been for most of my life, and then in the last 5 or 6 years after finding therapy and after confronting my inner bully and starting to change the way I treat myself and the things that I look at and the people that I follow online, it has been increasingly and incrementally better. It's an ongoing journey. I don't think that it's something that is necessarily easy to arrive at, especially as a woman in this world, because we are so targeted to not love ourselves. It's okay to just take your time and grow. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm still working on it, but it's making me happier already. The best thing about social media is the connectivity that it affords young people in particular. We would never have seen progress for Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Me Too, my I Weigh movement, had it not been for people being able to connect with each other from all around the world and share information, not only on what we should be doing, but what's really going on. The worst thing for me about social media is the fact that there is very little accountability, not only from the people who run the social media platforms, but also from those who use it. I've definitely been guilty of this in the past myself, so I speak as a reformed troll. People have the ability to take their trauma or their bad day or their bad self-opinion out on others anonymously online, or even not anonymously, but because you're not actually having a face-to-face interaction with someone, you're able to say whatever you want with impunity. Like, there's no real backlash against you. You can just turn your phone off and you don't have to deal with the consequence of what you've done. Some advice I would give to people who are struggling with self-acceptance is, first of all, don't beat yourself up for not having arrived yet at self-acceptance. Don't let it fester, because it can become out of control if you just leave it alone or think it's going to improve by itself. It's something you have to be very hands-on with, very tender with yourself over, and you have to constantly find really nice things to do for yourself. Be a bit selfish, have treats, start saying no all the time. I did it for a year. I basically only said no for a year. It was fantastic. I have not experienced racism in my time in Hollywood. I did in my time in the UK online on social media, because we don't have a lot of South Asians on our TV screens. But I've been very lucky that I came to Hollywood post Me Too, and so post Time's Up, there was a big shift in the way that they treated people. Have I experienced sexism in this industry as a whole? Definitely. Just the roles that get sent to me, or the ways in which I used to be spoken to when I was younger, when I was less powerful, by rooms full of only male writers who would tell me that I wasn't funny, or that I wasn't particularly good for being smart. I was better just as a kind of clothes horse to show off fashion or to show my legs. That felt quite sexist. Now I find that I'm treated with quite a lot of respect and dignity. The steps I feel like we can take to make change together is first and foremost educating ourselves and plucking out all the bits of ourselves that are ignorant and problematic. I'm still in the process of doing that. I keep finding like bits of internalized misogyny that I have to just like pull out of myself. If you can influence any single one person in your life, influence the way that they vote, the way that they treat other people, the way that they act in society, then you are an influencer. We are all capable of changing the world together. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment below to tell us what you think.